Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Target exclusive, Red Tornado, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. This is Red Tornado. I'm going to say loosely based off Tornado's Path, which I think was a 90s comic, if I'm not mistaken. 90s or 80s. That said, you have some source material on the frickin' collectible trading card he does come with here. There's bio on the back, which you could pause and read at your own leisure. But long story short, he is DC Comics' version of Marvel Comics' Vision. It says it on the card there. Can you see it? No, I'm just kidding, of course. But Red Tornado is a robot or android body possessed by a wind elemental. And before we look at accessories that are actually useful to this figure, a little bit of story time on one of your boy Overlord here's biggest oops moments of all time. Right up there with passing up a vintage Scareglow for $30 and a 10th anniversary Spawn for $50. A complete one, that is. Both complete. There was, once upon a time, a convention close to where I live, a little bit north of where I live actually, called Infinity Con. And Infinity Con had a lot of figures, right? Why the hell else would I go to a convention that's close to where I live, right? I'm not going to go there for pretty ponies and girly crap, right? This place had a lot of figures, though. And one of the figures I saw up there, I forget whose booth it was at, but they're a little bit further away than this show was. Either way, they had a Mattel DC Universe Classics Wave 1 carded Red Tornado at their booth for, I think, $20-25. I probably could have got it for $20 because I bought some stuff off them. I know I bought some Spawn stuff off them because I was a big Spawn dork back then. I still am, but you know, I want something better for my beloved Al Simmons, right? And I think I ironically bought some Ninja Turtles stuff, which I don't do a lot of Turtles stuff. But I do love my 03 TMNT, and I believe it was just some cheapy 03 stuff. I do believe one of the mutant monster characters and one of the foot ninjas and what have you. But for whatever reason, my dumb ass did not buy the carded Red Tornado with the Metamorpho Collect and Connect piece. And little did I know that a friend of the channel, T-Biz, would send me both arms to that Collect and Connect figure, and I would eventually wind up with the Penguin from that wave for $20, who of course came with the torso. So yeah, my Metamorpho still has no legs, and this happened in 2016, 2017? I want to say 16. So yeah, not a shining moment for your boy there. So oops. And of course, now that figure's probably like $50, $100. So good luck with that. That said, cutting right to the chase and getting into the meat and taters of this review, taking a look-see at useful accessories for the Red Tornado figure. He does come with a pair of splayed open hands, or wall crawly hands if this was a Spider-Man figure. Much to people's dismay, McFarlane Toys is not making Marvel characters. That is sarcasm, of course. I know a lot of people prefer Hasbro to McFarlane. I'm not one of those people. I prefer Four Horsemen to everybody. So, you know where my loyalties lie. I mean, heck, I just bought a freaking bear from them. But on top of that, Red Tornado also comes with a Tornado effect piece. This is reused from Cyclone from the Black Adam movie line. A little small for him. It only goes up to his kneecap, so I wish it was a little bigger. But it does have a little foot peg there. And if we take Red Tornado off, the McFarlane Toys hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all their releases, we could see that the peg can go into the hole on the tornado effect. If I can line it up here. You have to bear with me. I've only ever done this like a couple of times, so it may not line up. Doesn't seem to want to. It's pretty hard to line this up because I can't. Well, I couldn't see what I'm doing anyways, but there we go. Should be worth noting this tornado effect is relatively hollow. But you could put this on there, and then you can take your red tornado figure and stick him in there. And damn near make him as tall as a collectibuild. So there you go. There's Red Tornado in his Tornado. Tornado of Souls, one of the best Megadeth songs of all time. Arguably my favorite. One of the best solos anyways. I don't think anyone's going to argue that. But there you go. There he is standing tall in his tornado effect there. Looking pretty cool indeed. Well, we're going to take him out of that because that's not part of his base body. He actually reuses a lot of parts from the Dread Lantern Alan Scott we took a look at yesterday. Check that out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. Because that figure's cool, and that means this guy is pretty solid too. Now, as far as articulation goes, it is the same. He's got the double ball peg in the head, as well as the torso, the ball joint in the waist. I will say his shoulders, I think, are a little tighter than Alan Scott's. Can't remember. He has different forearms from Alan Scott. He's just got bare forearms, so that's kind of cool. We're getting a more bare version of that buck. Then he does have the pirate boots. Shiver me timbers. And I think the same feet, but don't quote me on that. But the articulation is the same. The cape is even the same, which is weird because I thought the collar was different. I thought it was more squared off than kind of pointed. But it works. It's got the paint on it along the edge there, like Red Tornado should. A very Superpowers looking Red Tornado, I must say. I prefer a more robotic Red Tornado, like Brave and the Bold or Young Justice. That's just what I grew up on. But I think even in the Justice League Unlimited days, he did have the more organic looking face. I just like the robotic look because it differentiates him from the Vision from Marvel a lot more. Because they literally both have red faces with noses. Like, it doesn't get any more close than that, and they both have like a yellow pointed like triangular shape on their foreheads. I mean, this guy's it's gold, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a platinum variant of this guy with like yellow instead of the gold, maybe a brighter red, at least a more matte yellow compared to this gold. But that's Red Tornado in a nutshell. I'm not going to go over the articulation because I literally just reviewed the same figure the other day. So, again, trying to get you to check out that other review. Would help me out, man. Come on, man. I mean, I know we passed 700, but 800 would be nice. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut this here, and we are actually going to pull out some size comparisons and film a whole other clip for it instead of doing the 2-clip video review bullcrap I've been doing lately because, well, convenience, laziness, and just necessity. Do I have to keep doing, size comparison after size comparison outside of our 2 regulars and maybe one other figure? I don't know. I know a lot of people like that, but you're also probably not recording reviews. I'm just saying. These things take time, work, and effort. Sometimes blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of tears. A lot of crying in private in the shower, butt naked. Alright, that was TMI. So, moving right along, we're going to take a quick look at some size comparisons. first up, here is the Red Tornado alongside his wave mate. Is it a wave? I don't know, but target spelled backwards is Tagrat, good old Tarjay, always tends to get McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse exclusives anyways in like pairs. I mean, look, we got Wave Rider and the Midnighter. I don't know who came out with Supergirl. Was it that Aquaman from the movie? Could be wrong about that. And then we got these two here. But we got Animal Man, who I will have a review going up of a little bit later today, around noonish. So stay tuned for that. He utilizes the body buck everyone likes from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line. This is the same buck that the Flashpoint Paradox Flash uses, the Target exclusive Deadman uses. A lot of Target exclusives use this buck, huh? The Blue Beetle single carded release, and then of course the Blue Beetle Booster Gold 2-pack. That's where it originated. Captain Atom, who we looked at last week. Like, there's a lot of characters that use this buck. I understand why. It's a good body. Is it my favorite? I don't know. But speaking of a lot of reuse out of a relatively new body, we have the Dread Lantern Alan Scott, who's been recycled 3 times now. Of course, once with Red Tornado, and then of course once again with the regular Alan Scott. So who came first, the chicken or the egg, huh? But they're good body bucks, what can I say? I like them a lot, so getting them out of here. We'll say the Animal Man, the body he's using, it's a little tricky to stand at times. Said this, of course, would not be one of my videos without bringing in Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus. And the Unkai 11 Spawn, the infamous Unkai 11 Spawn, who as usual is a little taller. Since Red Tornado does not have the flamey eye thing going on, he stands a little shorter than Spawn, but, you know, nothing to scoff at. We'll say they have very similar capes. They both have clasps going around their necks, the little points at the top. Starting to notice a pattern here, Todd. But with all that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and for my first Red Tornado figure of the 6 to 7 inch scale, yeah, this one's pretty good. Granted, I do prefer my Red Tornado to be a little bit more robotic aesthetically, mostly because I am partial to the Brave and the Bold and or Young Justice looks for the character, though I do understand that even in the Justice League Unlimited days, he looked a little bit more organic, a little bit more humane, as it were, kind of like the Vision from Marvel Comics. But aside from the tornado effect being a little small, again, I'm used to that going up to about his waistline, not his kneecaps, and a few other nitpicky things, this is a pretty solid addition to the DC Multiverse line brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. I really like this figure, and if you're able to find him still, I would say he's definitely worth the pickup because he is utilizing the same buck as that Dread Lantern Alan Scott we looked at yesterday. Check that out if you haven't already. Once again, really appreciate it if you did. We all know that's a solid body for the most part. You know, some figures are a little looser than others, but mostly pretty solid. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.